Hello there, I'm Lyndon Thorpe, and this is Mindful Moments number 2, Touch Your Heart Every Day. I'm here on Monday, Tuesday and Thursday, EDT 8 p.m, PDT 5 p.m, and then later I repost to satisfy the UK audience and Europe. I apologise for being a little late today, starting, and please know you can always catch this in the replay when it suits you. Today I had an appointment I couldn't change, so I'm just starting a little bit later than usual. Okay, so let's get started. If you're here for the first time, I congratulate you. This is really a big investment in your future. We're living in a rapid, crazy digital world. AI is ascending equally rapidly, and our lives are changing as a result. And so many of us work online, maybe between 8 and 10 hours a day sometimes. But of course, being online all day, screening and scrolling and checking devices and so on, is not terribly natural. And in fact, it can become very unhealthy because it utilizes the limited mind, the mind between the ears, which is brilliant, but limited. We cannot live from that mind. And if we do, we become very unhappy. And also, we may burn out. And burnout, the WHO says this is particularly important in the workplace. And so a lot of this mindful practice is appearing in workplaces. It's really important to spend at least 30 minutes a day mindfully so that you can balance your body, spirit, and mind. If we're constantly scrolling and constantly on the internet, we are not including our bodies and our spirits. And the spirit is what drives everything. The human spirit is extraordinary. And we neglect it mostly. We offload it to some religious organization or something like that. I'm not talking about the religious spirit, that's something quite different. I'm talking about the human spirit. And the human spirit is the spirit which makes us survive and makes us want to survive and to live and to thrive and to ultimately be very happy in the way we are living. So it's really important to spend 30 minutes a day. That's all you need to keep your body and spirit in the game, if you like. And this week I've been talking about the difference between reaction and response. So the way we can change the way we act on the internet and with email and social media platforms and so on is to pause, to settle, let the body settle for a few seconds, and then respond. Yeah. Just that little pause will make everything really different. If you give your body a chance to settle and to breathe, taking a breath in that pause is really beneficial. Then you will respond to everything in your digital life elegantly, calmly, and transparently. Very often, if we react urgently to something, we're not clear. The body is not engaged, so there is no clarity. Remember that clarity does not come from thoughts and words. We think it does. Mental strategies often recommend find clarity in your thoughts. Well, you can't. It's impossible. Clarity comes from the nervous system. It's a physical state. It's not achievable. It's not doable with the wonderful but limited mind between your ears. So, congratulations to be here. Let's get started. And this session really is an opportunity for direct experience. No books, no videos, just my voice and your body, spirit, and mind. So you're going to have 30 minutes of direct experience, and that is hugely beneficial too, because most of our activities and experiences are arranged through the filters of the limited mind. I'm going to take you away from that, down into the unlimited mind, where you can directly experience this session. Okay, so let's get set up. First of all, you need to be in a good position. Okay, so feet flat on the floor. And in your seat, you should make sure that your lower legs are vertical, not diagonal, not clinched close to your body. The lower legs should be vertical. Okay, and in your mind, pay some attention to the outer border of your feet, from the little toe right along the edge of the outer border to the middle of the heel at the back. Just give it some attention, and you'll find by the end of the session your feet will be much flatter on the floor. You'll be spreading, the soles of your feet will spread because we're letting go now. Super. Okay, now we can use the gravitational force that the earth provides to help ground us. So it's simple. From the waist downwards, if you're sitting or standing, then please just let go of the weight of your lower body. If you're sitting, let it really heavily sit into the chair. And feel your sitting bones really sinking down into your chair. If you're standing, the same applies to your feet. Feel the weight of the lower body going down through the legs, down into the feet. Gravity holds us on the earth. It stops us floating off into space. And so we can use it to help ground us. And then we feel really safe and comfortable. Now, your thighs, don't let them be too wide apart and don't let them be too close together. They should be hip distance apart. So just think of a straight line from your hip joint at the top of your thigh to your knee. Think of that as a straight line, and your legs really your thighs should be parallel, more or less. Find a comfortable place, just move around. And unlike yoga, this is not yoga. Quite different. In yoga, we assume a posture. We learn postures. But in my work, We don't. We are free to move around. So if you're not comfortable, then just move around until you are. Notice I use the word position, not posture. Position. And we can alter that position little by little to find the really most comfortable place. Mindful practice depends on presence, and it depends on your focus. So it's not good to be uncomfortable. Now, if you have an injury, a spine injury, or some problem, some health problem, you may need to lean against the back of your chair. But if possible, try not to do that. And instead, imagine now your spine emanating directly upwards from your lower body, from the lower part of your spine, the bottom of your spine, right up into the sky, right up into the universe. Human beings stood up 7 million years ago, and this is our preferred position now. So if we are well grounded in the bottom half of our body, then the urge to be vertical is very strong. But just feel the crown of your head going up into the sky. You don't need to stretch. This is a non-doing practice. So just sense the crown of your head going up into the sky and your spine really vertical and lengthening. And really, that's the best position. The last little touch is to let your chin drop a little so that the length on the back of your neck increases. And this is really good for lengthening the spine. So please just drop your chin a little. Okay, super. Now that's a great position to be in for this practice. So the second thing that happens is every time we do a practice, it starts with the ringing of my bell. So when you detect the vibration of my bell, please allow your eyelids to become heavy and fall. But don't close them entirely. Keep them open, a little rim at the bottom, so we can stay heightened in our awareness. Mindful practice is about heightening your awareness, not dampening it. Okay, let's get started. When you detect the vibration of my bell, allow your eyelids to soften and fall. Wonderful. Okay, so it will take a few moments to come down into your central core. It's quiet and still there, here. So take a few moments to transition from the firework display of the intellectual, visual mind into the much quieter, more woomy, unlimited mind. And of course, as you come down, there'll be traces of visual, intellectual activity, of course, because it fills your day. So if you are experiencing those traces, just gently turn away from them and come back down into your central core. With enough practice, those traces will disappear so that you can quickly come down into your central core. Now, as you come down, you'll notice two things. The first is your breath. We are rarely aware of our breath when we are in the visual, intellectual world. But here in the quiet, invisible world, we become aware of the breath. So really feel your breath, the in-breath, the out-breath. Breathe with your breath. Conscious breathing has many, many benefits. Breathe with your breath. Just follow the rhythm. Don't try to change anything. And we'll find by the end of this session, your rhythm will have changed. Your breath will have deepened simply through our exploration of the unlimited mind. So at this stage, notice as you breathe, your shoulders, are they loose? Are they soft? Your chest, is it open? And dropping your arms by your side, if you're sitting, is a really good idea. Let them hang heavily by your side. Make sure the upper arm is vertical, like the lower leg. And then when you start to feel uncomfortable with pins and needles, just gently lift your arms and put the backs of your hands on your thighs. Keep the upper arm vertical, so move your hands around until you find the place where your upper arm can be really vertical. And that's the place to rest. Okay, wonderful. Now, the second thing that may happen is that you start to generate words and even images as I speak. That's a great skill in the intellectual visual world, but here we don't need it. So don't waste your energy on that. Instead, bring your energy to the next stage. We don't need words and images here. They are just symbols, and we do need them in the intellectual visual world, but here we don't. Okay, so super. Let's start stage 1. Channel all the energy of your mind and your attention generally into a single, bright, hot laser beam. That's it. It may take a little while if you're here for the first time, but just keep working on bringing all of your energy into this single hot laser beam. And then we're going to move that laser beam slowly, smoothly, outside the immediate environment, outside the walls and windows, outside the roof and ceiling if you're in a vehicle, outside the vehicle, and if you're outdoors, just as far afield as you can. And we're going to start to scan the outer environment meticulously with the laser beam, seeking out any vibrations. We're detecting vibrations with the incredibly powerful laser beam of your entire attention. When we encounter a vibration, whether it's near, far, large, small, we're going to pause, accept it without question. Don't label it, don't guess what it is. We don't need labels or guessing here in the unlimited mind. And accept. So any vibration you detect, pause, accept, and go on scanning. Super. And as we scan the outer environment, we're going to use the whole body, from the crown of the head right down to the tips of the toes, like a tiger in the jungle, prowling through the undergrowth. Every vibration around the animal represents either the next food or perhaps a predator, a threat of some kind. So, animals moving around in the wild are 100% alert and aware. Every skin pore, every hair follicle is alert. This is how animals survive, whole body awareness. And it's how our ancestors survived too. Before the days of devices and screens and telephones and so on, we had our bodies, that's all we had. And so we use the whole body to detect any danger, to sense anything. And of course, people were much more spiritual, much more aware than they are today. And that's how our ancestors survived threats, problems, illness, and so on, by being totally present here and now and totally aware. So scanning meticulously, inch by inch. And then when you encounter a vibration, pausing, accepting unquestioningly, and moving on to scan as much of the outer environment as you can. Wonderful. Let's move to stage 2 now. Very slowly and carefully slide your laser beam inside your immediate environment, inside your walls and windows, beneath your ceiling and roof. If you're in a vehicle, inside the vehicle. And if you're outdoors, make a 30-meter radius around you so that you can scan right up to that limit. And start to scan. Above, up into the corners of your ceiling, up into the sky. Below, down into the earth, down beneath your furniture, into the cellars, to the left, to the right, in front and behind. Scanning meticulously with the whole of your body, every skin pore, every hair follicle, aware and alert to any vibration, whether large or small, near or far. Wonderful. And as you go on scanning, keep scanning meticulously, really seeking out those vibrations, the tiniest of vibrations perhaps. And as you scan, I'll just bring your attention to your breath once more. Our breath is really our most precious asset. We breathe between 20 and 24,000 times every 24 hours. For 50, 60, 70, 80, even 90 plus years of life. And the breath is always there. It is unconditional. Unless you're unfortunate enough to have a disease or an accident, then the breath is always there. We take it for granted. In mindful practice, we do not take it for granted. We start to feel deep gratitude for it, to feel gratitude. Gratitude has nothing to do with the thought of gratitude or a metaphor of gratitude. It is a feeling, it's a state. It starts down in your gut, right at the base of your spine, and emanates up towards the heart. So feel gratitude. And when you do, when you can, it may take a while for it to manifest as a feeling if you're not in the habit of feeling gratitude. It could bring tears, it could bring smiles, but above all, it is our existence. Without the breath, within 4 minutes, we would die. There would be no human life. So the breath really deserves some attention every day, and it is a brilliant foundation for all your activities. Because if you are grateful, you are here and now with your breath. We can't breathe in the future. We can't breathe in the past. We can only breathe now and here. And that's where we feel gratitude. Wonderful. I really appreciate how miraculous your breath is. The earth provides it. It's the only planet we know of that does. And then your miraculous bodies process it efficiently so that we can retain the nutrients to thrive and we can expel the harmful components. So it is a miraculous process. Wonderful. Let's move to stage 3. Slide your incredible laser beam, which is getting hotter, brighter, more intense as the moments pass, inside your body, right down to the tips of your toes, and start to scan along the tops of your feet, along the soles of your feet towards the heel. Slide up into the ankle joints. Take light and heat of your mind inside those joints and make space. Then start to scan the lower leg, little by little, inching upward, detecting vibrations, illuminating any dark places, softening any hard places, and eventually we encounter the calf muscles. The calf muscles are often hard from the bombardment of gravity. If you're tired or not so well. And so take the heat and light of your laser mind inside your calf muscles, warm them, soften them. Then slide up into your knee joints, make space and light inside the joints with your laser mind. And then we come to the thigh. So let's start to scan meticulously along or up if you're standing, along the thigh, little by little. And when we encounter a vibration, pause, accept, and move on without question. Keep moving until you encounter the torso. And at the base of the torso, we have a very special energy site. It's the place of birth for women, procreation for men, and elimination for all of us. If we don't eliminate toxins from the body, eventually we will die. But this is a very special energy center right at the base of your spine. And nearby, you'll find the coccyx. These are 3 to 5 tiny little bones. Scan up those with your laser. And then the sacrum, which is a fusion of several spine bones, spade-shaped at the bottom end of your spine. And this helps you to bear weight. Then we encounter the lumbar spine. These are chunky bones separated by white cartilage discs. So let's start to scan up the back of the body in the center, bone, disc, bone, disc, up behind your intestines, flickering away, processing food, bone, disc, up behind your solar plexus, the center of gravity of your body, bone, disc, and then the diaphragm, the principal breathing muscle of your body, bone, disc, bone, disc, and eventually we encounter the rib cage. Inside the rib cage, all your vital organs, but the most magnificent of them all is your heart. It emanates electromagnetic vibrations 60 times stronger than the brain. Climb up behind your heart, bone, disc, bone, disc. And in the top part of your chest are your lungs, flickering away 24/7 for 90 plus years, processing oxygen so efficiently so that you can thrive. Climb up behind your lungs, bone, disc, bone, disc, bone, disc. And eventually you reach the notch on the back of your neck. You can reach up and touch it if it helps. And from there on up, the cervical spine disappears up inside the skull. The bones are much smaller. Bone, disc, bone, disc, bone, disc. And at the top of your spine is the atlas joint. And this is where the skull pivots. It's held in place only by the muscles of the head, neck, and upper back, leaving you with 10,000 possible head orientations or facial expressions, making you a master communicator. And there you have it. We're at the crown of the head, above the sky, the infinity of the heavens, and below your feet, the earth, and you are grounded. When you detect the vibration of my bell, please allow your eyelids to float open and gaze softly ahead. Super. Okay, if you feel as good as I do, then I'm so pleased. And if you would like to make a comment, please do. Please tell me how you feel. And if you have any questions, please, of course, ask them under this live window. If you want to practice in this way every single day, because I'm only here on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, then please check out my Lodestone. Lodestone is a 30-minute a day, 30-day program, 30 minutes a day for 30 days, which will guide you in the same way I have just done into an even deeper state of mindfulness. And in time, you will become really balanced. So I leave the details below this window, and I look forward very much to seeing you again towards the end of the week on Thursday, when we can take another trip into the unlimited mind, and you can really start to balance your body, spirit, and mind. Thank you. Have a wonderful day ahead.